Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States, serving from March 1861 until his assassination in April 1865. Lincoln led the United States through its Civil War, its bloodiest war and perhaps its greatest moral, constitutional, and political crisis. In doing so, he preserved the Union, abolished slavery, strengthened the federal government, and modernized the economy. In this video, we present to you wisdom that has been condensed into a few succinct yet impactful quotations from one of the most revered figures in American history. These quotations are sure to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to take the actions necessary for leading a beaming and purposeful life. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. This quote is a reminder that we cannot avoid our responsibilities indefinitely. It suggests that if we try to evade our responsibilities today, they will still be there tomorrow, and the longer we put them off, the more difficult they will become to handle. This quote highlights the importance of taking action and being proactive, rather than being passive and waiting for things to happen. The quote also implies that procrastination is not a viable solution to dealing with our responsibilities. It suggests that the more we delay taking action, the more difficult it will be to take action later on. It is also a reminder that avoiding our responsibilities today will only make them more difficult to deal with in the future. Furthermore, this quote also implies that we cannot evade our responsibilities without facing the consequences. It is a reminder that our actions have consequences and that we are accountable for our choices and decisions. It encourages us to take ownership of our responsibilities and to face them head-on, rather than trying to avoid them. Overall, the quote is a reminder that we are responsible for our actions and that we must take them seriously. It encourages us to be proactive and to take action, rather than avoiding our responsibilities and hoping they will go away. It also reminds us that our choices have consequences and that we are accountable for them. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. This quote means that while it is possible to deceive some people for a limited period of time, and even to deceive some people consistently, it is not possible to deceive everyone, all the time. Eventually, the truth will be discovered and the deception will be exposed. This quote is often understood as a warning against the dangers of deception and the importance of transparency and honesty in any situation, whether it's in politics, business, or personal relationships. It also highlights the importance of critical thinking, skepticism, and the ability to question what is presented as the truth, rather than blindly accepting it. Furthermore, the quote suggests that the more people you try to deceive, the more likely it is that the deception will be discovered. This is because as the number of people who are aware of the deception increases, the probability that someone will speak out or take action against the deception increases. Overall, the quote is a reminder that honesty and transparency are always the best policies, and that deception can have serious consequences, not only for the person or group perpetuating the deception, but also for the people who have been deceived. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. This quote suggests that happiness is a state of mind and that individuals have the power to control their own level of happiness. It implies that people have the ability to choose how they want to feel, regardless of their circumstances, and that their level of happiness is largely determined by their own mindset and perspective. It suggests that happiness is not something that is handed to us, but rather something that we must actively create for ourselves. It encourages individuals to take responsibility for their own happiness, and not to rely on external factors or other people to make them happy. Furthermore, it implies that happiness is not something that can be obtained through material possessions or external validation, but rather it is a state of mind that can be cultivated through positive thinking, gratitude, and self-awareness. The quote also highlights that people's outlook and attitude on life plays a major role in their happiness. It suggests that people who have a positive attitude and outlook on life tend to be happier than those who have a negative attitude and outlook on life. Overall, this quote is a reminder that happiness is a choice and that individuals have the power to control their own level of happiness. It encourages people to take responsibility for their own happiness and to actively work towards creating a positive mindset and outlook on life. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. This quote is often attributed to Abraham Lincoln, and it suggests that the power of democracy and the right to vote is more effective and powerful than violence or force. It implies that peaceful political engagement and the ability to freely and fairly cast a vote is a more powerful tool for change than the use of weapons or physical force. The quote highlights the importance of peaceful political engagement and the power of the vote to bring about change. It suggests that by using the ballot, individuals can make their voices heard and can bring about change in a democratic and lawful manner, without resorting to violence. Furthermore, the quote also implies that democracy and the rule of law are more stable and enduring than systems based on force and violence. It suggests that a society that allows for peaceful political engagement and free and fair elections is more likely to be stable and long-lasting than one where power is obtained through violent means. This quote also highlights the importance of protecting and valuing the right to vote and democratic process. It suggests that this is the ultimate weapon for people to have their say and have a say in the governance of the country. Overall, the quote is a reminder that democracy and the power of the vote are vital for a stable and peaceful society. It encourages peaceful political engagement and the use of the ballot as a means of bringing about change. It also implies that democracy and the rule of law are more powerful and enduring than systems based on force and violence. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. This quote suggests that one should not be overly concerned with receiving recognition or validation from others, but instead should focus on becoming worthy of recognition. It implies that one's worth and success should not be measured by external validation, but rather by one's own efforts and actions. It encourages individuals to strive for personal excellence, rather than seeking recognition or validation from others. It suggests that by focusing on becoming the best version of oneself, recognition will naturally follow. Furthermore, this quote also implies that seeking recognition or validation can be a fruitless endeavor, as recognition is not always given to those who truly deserve it. It suggests that true worth and success come from one's own efforts, and that recognition is not necessary for one to be fulfilled. It also highlights the importance of humility and self-awareness. It suggests that those who are truly worthy of recognition are aware of their own abilities and limitations, and they do not need external validation to feel good about themselves. Overall, this quote is a reminder that true worth and success come from one's own efforts, and that recognition should not be the main focus. It encourages individuals to strive for personal excellence and to focus on becoming the best version of themselves, rather than seeking recognition or validation from others. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. This quote suggests that the success of others serves as proof that it is possible for others to achieve success as well. It implies that the success of one person serves as inspiration and motivation for others to strive for success themselves. It highlights the idea that success is not limited to a select few, but rather it is attainable for anyone who is willing to work for it. It encourages individuals to look to the examples of those who have achieved success and to use that as motivation to pursue their own goals and aspirations. It suggests that if others can achieve success, then so can we. Furthermore, this quote also implies that success is not determined by innate talent or luck, but rather by hard work and determination. It suggests that anyone who puts in the effort and dedication can achieve success, regardless of their background or circumstances. It also highlights the importance of role models and how they can be a powerful source of inspiration and guidance. It suggests that looking to the examples of successful people can provide valuable insights and guidance on how to achieve success. Overall, this quote is a reminder that success is attainable for anyone who is willing to work for it. It encourages individuals to look to the examples of others who have achieved success and to use that as motivation to pursue their own goals and aspirations. It highlights that success is not limited to a select few, but rather it is attainable for anyone who puts in the effort and dedication. No man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. This quote suggests that no person has the right to govern or make decisions for another person without their consent. It implies that individuals should have the autonomy and the right to make their own decisions and govern themselves, rather than being ruled or controlled by others without their consent. It highlights the importance of individual freedom and autonomy, and it suggests that no one should be able to impose their will on others without their consent. It encourages individuals to be self-governing and to have the power to make decisions for themselves. Furthermore, this quote also implies that governance should be based on consent and agreement, rather than force or coercion. It suggests that any form of governance that relies on force or coercion is not legitimate, and that true governance should be based on the consent of the governed. It also highlights the importance of democracy and the right to vote. It suggests that the ultimate form of consent is the right to vote and to have a say in how one is governed. Overall, this quote is a reminder that individuals should have the autonomy and the right to govern themselves and make their own decisions. It encourages individuals to be self-governing and to have the power to make decisions for themselves. It highlights that true governance should be based on the consent of the governed and that no one should be able to impose their will on others without their consent. Let's have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. This quote suggests that if we have faith in the idea that what is right will ultimately triumph over what is wrong, we should be willing to do what is right, no matter the odds. It implies that by standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity, we will ultimately be successful. It encourages individuals to have a strong sense of morality and to act according to their conscience, even if it is difficult or dangerous. It suggests that by standing up for what is right, we will ultimately achieve success, because right will make might. Furthermore, this quote also implies that one's duty should be guided by one's understanding of what is right. It suggests that one should not blindly follow orders or comply with the status quo, but rather one should act according to one's own understanding of what is right and moral. It also highlights the importance of courage and determination. It suggests that one should be willing to face challenges and to keep fighting for what is right, even when the odds are against them. Overall, this quote is a reminder that doing what is right should be our ultimate goal, and that we should be willing to take actions to uphold our principles, even in the face of adversity. It encourages individuals to have faith in the idea that what is right will ultimately triumph over what is wrong, and to act according to their conscience and understanding of what is right, even when it is difficult. It also highlights the importance of courage and determination when it comes to standing up for what is right. We should be too big to take offense, and too noble to give it. This quote suggests that one should be above taking offense, and should not allow oneself to be easily offended by the actions or words of others. It implies that one should have a sense of self-control and maturity, and not let others dictate one's emotions. It encourages individuals to have a sense of self-worth and self-respect, and not to let the actions or words of others affect them. It suggests that by not taking offense, one can maintain a sense of dignity and grace in any situation. Furthermore, this quote also implies that one should also not give offense to others, and should strive to be noble and respectful in one's actions and words. It suggests that one should be considerate of the feelings and well-being of others, and not purposely say or do things that would cause offense. It also highlights the importance of empathy and understanding. It suggests that one should be aware of the impact of their actions and words on others, and strive to be kind and compassionate in all interactions. Overall, this quote is a reminder that one should strive to be above taking offense, and not let others dictate one's emotions. It encourages individuals to have a sense of self-worth and self-respect, and to be noble and respectful in one's actions and words. It also highlights the importance of empathy and understanding in all interactions with others. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. This quote suggests that one should be constantly seeking knowledge and wisdom, and that a person who is not growing and learning is not much of a man. It implies that personal growth and development should be a constant pursuit, and that one should strive to become a better and wiser person each day. It encourages individuals to be curious and to never stop learning and growing. It suggests that by constantly seeking knowledge and wisdom, one can become a better and more well-rounded person. Furthermore, this quote also implies that wisdom is not something that one can attain and then stop seeking. It suggests that wisdom is a lifelong pursuit, and that one should be continuously seeking knowledge and learning from experiences. It also highlights the importance of self-improvement. It suggests that one should be always looking for ways to improve oneself and become a better person. Overall, this quote is a reminder that personal growth and development should be a constant pursuit, and that one should strive to become a better and wiser person each day. It encourages individuals to be curious, to never stop learning and growing, and to always be seeking ways to improve oneself. Hope you all acknowledge and share with your fellows.